Welcome YouTube friends to Back Into Fishing. Today I'm at one of my local lakes. My game plan for today is pretty simple. I haven't done any pan fishing all year. Plan to do some of that today. But first off, I'm going to start with my usual yum dinger, fishing in wacky style. And something new today, I'm going to rig up a Texas style power bait, a power worm and green pumpkin. Fish that weightless. If the yum dinger wacky style isn't doing anything, maybe I'll get something on that. The weed growth has gotten to the point now, even where it looks like it's open water, the worm is down in the weeds after 3 or 4 seconds. So I'm going to keep moving on to different spots until I can find some deeper water. Yeah, I'm just finding one disappointment after another out here. The weeds are getting so bad. Spots that were open less than 2 weeks ago are now closed up. Let me see if I can get a cast or two in here. This spot's paid off before, maybe will again. Got an overhead tree here, a little bit tricky. Actually, if I got one here, I'm not sure how I'd get them in. The last time I was here, I believe I caught 2 bass about straight out in front of me here in what was then open water, but there's very few spots there now. I might put the Texas rig into some of those open spots, let it sink to the bottom, see if I can get anything. I was going to do some of my pan fishing off the dock, but it looks like somebody has dumped a whole loaf of bread in the water here. There's turtles everywhere. I'm seeing small panfish swimming around, but I think they're not hitting the bread, so they must be well fed. I may end up having to go to the other side of the other dock. I didn't have the camera on, but that was as close to a bite as I think I've had yet. It's real quick, tat-tat-tat, tat-tat-tat, just like that. Before I could even tighten the line up to set the hook, it was gone, but I'm going to cast right back out to that same area again. Try that once more, otherwise it's going to be my last cast with this before I move on. I'm going to tie on the power bait, so I'll have that ready for my next spot. Try for a few panfish here, but that may not work out either. We'll see. I might be able to get a couple of pitches in here into the open water, but all the other spots I've hit so far coming up here, they're just so weed choked now. There's just no casting to them. Every spot's got overhanging trees, so if you can't pitch to it, you can't fish it. I didn't get any pan fishing done down there at the dock. Just as I was about to pick up the rod, a gentleman came down with his 2 daughters to do some fishing, so I decided to let them have the dock. If you're a regular viewer of my videos, or you like the Gunner's Lake one specifically, last time I was here, that black snake I saw was right over in there. Yeah, not seeing any snakes today. Not yet, anyway. I've gotten all the way down to this bridge now, with the only bite being that down on the dock. Well, this is the last spot on this side. Now, my last cast, something did pick up my worm and take off with it, but once again, before I could even react to it, it was gone. I'm going to put a couple more casts into that area. Hope for the best. Still, not even a bite. Well, I'm going to walk around to the other side of the lake and see if I find some spots that may look interesting, but otherwise, on the other side of the lake, and normally the only place I fish over there is the dock. There really isn't much shoreline access on the other side. We'll see what we can find when we get there. Well, I've gotten around the lake to the other dock here. Now, I've only fished this one other time this year, this side of the lake one other time, but we're definitely going to give it the old, as they say, college try. I do see bluegill swimming around. We'll try for some of them in a bit here. But as usual, I'll throw out the old wacky worm first. There's a bite. I don't think it's a big fish, but it's not a small one. Alright, good fish. Not sure which is the best spot to hold him in here. The sun beating down like it is, but that's a good one. Hooked right there in the front of the mouth. Good spot. Yeah, really got to start wearing my glasses. There we go. Good fish. Probably pushing a pound and a half. Maybe not quite there, but okay. No skunk on the day. Let's put another cast right back out there. Same spot. It's really starting to warm up here today. It's a bit of a breeze that started blowing. It's kind of welcome from that. I was out yesterday, 12:30, 1 o'clock, 95 degrees. Doesn't seem like that long ago I was making videos and complaining about how cold it was. Well, I threw the wacky worm around twice in a fan pattern around the dock, didn't get anything, so I was going to break out the stuff to do some pan fishing. I got my first little bluegill here, but the odd thing with him was I was just fishing a red hook. I'm fishing these Berkley crappie nibbles, and they've only been sitting out here on the dock a couple of minutes. They're already starting to dry out. There goes my battery. Trying to hook the auxiliary one up. Alright, auxiliary battery hooked up. Let's get some bluegill. uh, 3.5 inches. I see bigger ones in here. That's what I'm going to try for. Let's try another bait. I switched over to gulp minnow. Now, that was about 4 inches. I had 5 hit. None of them got hooked. Not sure why. These are, I've been carrying these in my tackle bag for a year, over a year. But this is the first time I've used any of this one, and they are really stiff. I don't know if they get old over time or what. I got about 2 foot under a bobber here, and I just slowly jerking it through the water. Huh, well, I see a bass following it. Yep, they keep taking it going under, but they're not getting hooked. Finally, another one. There's just a few I've gotten on this. I don't know what they like about it or don't like about it. That's I cut 1/4 inch off of it because they wouldn't hook up on it, and the hookup ratio is still not any better. I guess they're just not liking the way it's looking today. Try another bait. Well, I'm going to try some Berkley maggots. They usually give me some success. I'll spend not too much more time doing this. I want to move on. Really starting to get hot. Just that quick. Now, I dropped this right in front of a large one, like 5.5, 6 inches. He didn't really even get that close. He kind of like looked it over and decided it wasn't for him. I caught a few more bluegill. There was one or two long-eared sunfish in there as well. But played with them long enough. Got close to a dozen, not quite, but figure it's time to move on. I'm on my way out, but thought I'd hit some of these spots down here at the deepest part of the lake on my way. I've got some nice fish down on this end this year. I'm not getting any hits down here. I think one more cast and that'll be it. Kind of a tough day fishing today, this time of year. Never easy. I got to play around with some bluegill for a while. Berkley baits, the gulp minnow, crappie nibbles, the maggots, they all produced a few fish. Now the power worm didn't get me anything today, not even a bite. The only bite I had from a bass all day was on the June bug yum dinger. But hey, this time of year I will take that as a fish. So another video comes to an end. Thanks again, as always, for watching. Please consider subscribing, leaving a comment below. I reply to all comments. So until the next video, thanks again for watching. We'll see you then. I don't remember what brand fishing line I have on here, but it has got to go.